Oh, there we go. All right, my bad. My bad, CJ. What's up, homie? So man, I was on fire right there too, man. But what I was saying was I was talking about information. Appreciate that, CJ. Information. Can you guys hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Um, but I was talking about information and how we need to be better stewards at sharing information, which is why I'm saying why we got to share this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button. Can you guys hear me now? Tapping in. What's good? What's good, family? So today, yeah, we talking about circles, homie, and I'm gonna talk about some of the circles that I'm in, and some of the circles I had to remove myself from. So before we do that, I'm sharing. What's good, family? So today, yeah, we talking about circles, homie. And I'm gonna talk about some of the circles that I'm in, and some of the circles I had to remove myself from. So before. All right. So while y'all down there, man, go ahead and shout out your city, man, where you tapping in from. We appreciate you tapping in from wherever you tapping in from, because we know time is a precious commodity, and we don't have all day. So I appreciate you giving me the time that you do have. Thank you. I really do. It helps me and you get better. All right, H Town, what's up, Sam? I see you. All right, homeboy, appreciate that, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Go ahead, put your city in. I see my YouTube family tapping in. Go ahead, hit that subscribe notification button, man. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so as soon as possible. We got a lot of good content on there, old content. If you're trying to remember something that I talked about, a book idea, a book suggestion, anything like that, you want to make sure that you hit that subscribe on the YouTube because you will not miss anything. So hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I had an amazing weekend. I did a tour with some of my peoples, man. So shout out to y'all if y'all on there. You know who you are. Appreciate you. What's up, Little Brock? All right, all right, all right. My Southern folks kicking in, tapping in with me. Appreciate you. What's up, Steph? So there are some people that were on the tour this weekend. So had a good opportunity to do that. So go ahead, rep your city, put that in there if you like to. If not, you can stay anonymous. We appreciate the time nonetheless. But it's that time. This is the weekly tap in, and I'm tapping in. So today we're talking about circles. We're talking about circles, right? And everybody had them, right? In high school, what were they called? Cliques. You know what I'm saying? We had our people that we stayed tight with. What's what's up, fam? I see you in Keys. What's happening? Love, loved ones. But yeah, we had these groups and cliques that we grew up with. So, that's still, we still talk about that. You still hear cats talk about my day ones. I still run in these circles. And I still, my circle, I would say, has changed over time. And more importantly, I'm part of several circles now. And I think that that's what's helped me kind of diversify not only my knowledge base, but also my opportunities as well. Right? Everybody always talks about kick it with your day ones, stay with your day ones. That's cool if you day ones are advancing, right? If your day ones are making progress. If your day ones are still robbing banks, you feel me? If your day ones are still robbing banks, let me just snooze my thing because my people's is outside and I don't want it to keep bothering me. But I'll just turn it down actually. And let me see. Sorry about that. I just didn't want that to keep ringing and motion snooze. Let's go ahead and snooze that. Bam. That's done. But I changed my circle. And a lot of times, and I'll give you an example today, I'm in a circle that's that's out of my league, right? A bunch of academics. I'm not an academic by nature. I'm a D-boy. You know what I'm saying? Or at least that's what I thought I was. And a lot of times we got to watch our language about what we claim we are too, right? I'm just this, or I'm this, I'm that, right? And buy into that fact that we are what we started with, right? Or we are where we started with. You know what I'm saying? We like, okay, I was a D-boy, I'm always a D-boy. Or use that as a crutch. Well, no, I can be a chef, right? I can be much more than whatever it is that I claimed that I was at that time. So right now, I'm considering myself an academic, right? And with that comes a lot of pressure because now I'm trying to get into a circle that is totally out of my league. And that's intimidating at times because if you stay in the same circle, If that circle's not growing, meaning that if everybody in that circle is not advancing, somebody's pulling the weight of that circle down, right? They always say you're the average of the 5 closest people to you. 5 closest people to you. Think about that. So when you look to the left and to the right, think of those two people that you spend the most time with, the people that you get down with, the people you dealing with day to day. The F are they doing? You got to check them, right? It's almost as much as people living with you. If you're spending time with them, what books are they reading? What suggestions are they bringing to the table? What new hustles are they introducing you to? You got to start looking at that and analyze that and say, my company pretty much dictating where I'm headed. And if I don't check my company, who I spend a lot of time with, their mediocre suggestions or their mediocre lifestyle may start impacting mine. Dig what I'm saying? That's it's inevitable, right? Because you're around certain people, it's gonna happen. Oh man, reading. Who reads? What you mean who reads? Man, we in Barnes and Noble, homie. You tripping? I buy books damn near every week. I don't do it as much on Facebook anymore because I didn't want to be that kind of guy. Like, look at D showing all his books. But I read, dog. I listen. I do audibles. Only way we're going to get free game or somewhat free game is at the bookstore. These people spend hours and hours and hours researching this shit. And all we got to do is spend $10.99 on it. Why aren't we taking advantage of that? But you got to be in a circle that reads, right? You got to be in a circle that's giving out suggestions on books, man, or that's pulling up and you got books in the, man, they want to ride with you. They got to move the books. Damn, D, every time I pull up on you, man, you got books in the passenger seat. Yes, sir. You want to read one? Here you go, homie. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it's supposed to be. Iron sharpens iron. We forgot that. Cast is turning into plastic. And I'm coming with the iron and you wonder why they melting away and just fizzing out. Because we got to match each other. Only way I'm going to get strong is if you crack me too, right? Boop. You got to come with that equal strength, but it can't be BS. Right? And it's cool if your day one turns out to be an engineer, doctor. Long as you guys is on that same path and you guys was communicating that entire time, you should have been inspired too. What happened? Ain't no way in the world your mom is a chef and you can't cook. Somebody, how was you missing the biscuit conversation? How was you not in the egg conversation? You feel what I'm saying? So your circle, you should be tapping in and making it stronger. Right? It's not no rubber band. You should make that shit a lot stronger. And that way you do that is by your contribution. Right? How can I make my crew better? How can I make my circle stronger? I get better. Period. I start reading. I start suggesting stuff. I start exploring. I start dipping out and taking it back to the house. Right? The art of suggestion is magical. All you got to do is put something in somebody's head. Now, there's a caveat there too, though. There's a caveat because the art of suggestion works both ways. It works in the positive and the negative. So somebody could suggest doing this. Man, I'm leading no tip. You know what I'm saying? And then the devil got a certain way of nudging you. He nudged you okay, let me see if I can keep pushing this cat. Nudge it. Let me see. Okay. And next thing you know, you full throttle working for this fool. So you got to be careful who your circle is and then check out who they spending time with. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't know who your circle spending time with, you can't figure out where the source of the bullshit coming from. Who bringing this bullshit in this circle? You looking around like, hey, homie, who? Oh, that's because he in that circle too. Oh, so just like somebody like, okay, man, somebody in the office moonlighting as a fisherman during lunch. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come in smelling. Oh, smell like this. Oh, because you going with the fishermen during the day. Oh, so you come back with the funk. Oh, I get it. Right? And that same thing applies in life too. And you want somebody come back with a bomb suggestion. Man, who you been kicking it with? That's the first thing we want. Man, hey homie, who you been around, dog? Yeah, oh, okay. And you started separating yourself in a different circle. I'm talking about academic journals now, trying to figure out which ones I want to try to submit to. That's a completely different conversation. But that's because, and you like, well, damn, D, who? Okay, you should see the people I'm talking to. That's just a snippet. They conversation's way heavier. So there's a good thing and a bad thing to put yourself in different circles, right? You can bring back funk to your main circle, or you can bring back the jewels. It's really your choice, right? It's really that simple. Who do I surround myself with? And if you can't find people, now this is one of the challenges. You like, okay, well, I can't. Yes, you can, because somebody's gonna suggest it to you. And then what you need to do is follow the trail, because God's gonna keep leading you on the trail. He's gonna give you the roadmap. He's gonna give you everything beforehand. Trust me on that one. But you got to follow the instructions. You know what I'm saying? You got to follow the instructions and follow where he's leading you to. A lot of times we don't show up to stuff. Nah, man, I ain't finna go to that. Nah, man, I don't wanna. Nah, show up, dog. Oh man, this come across Facebook. Something, because Facebook is cold. Let me tell you about your phone and Facebook. It hears you. It hears you. So a lot of times we're not even tripping off of that, right? And we wonder where these ads are coming from, or these suggestions, right? If I'm talking about robotics on a consistent basis, I'm going to get robotic ads so that I'm going to know where to put my kids in the robotic classes, because that's the conversation we having in my house, right? But if we're talking about negative things, people passing, just a lot of negative, just thick shit, I'm going to get that too. Right? In ads. Oh man, how do you deal with depression, alcohol, whatever. I'm gonna get all those types of things. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta watch my conversation, because Google's listening too, which is what you're gonna get served ads, and these are gonna be suggestions to you. Are you talking about family vacations? You're gonna start seeing Palm Springs shit. You feel what I'm saying? So now technology's taking a note from our mental, the art of suggestion. All I gotta do is keep nudging them. They'll eventually show them a Facebook ad, hit them with an Instagram ad based on their conversation. So what you talking about? Depends on what your circle's talking about. Are they talking about hiking? Because that's what I'm about. You come in my circle, man, it's about hiking and accountability and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of cats ain't really trying to mess with me. I'm hustling on the weekends. And other than that, I'm trying to exercise during the week and some beauty. You dig? And read at night and listen to stuff and try different things, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about. So anybody that's in my immediate circle, you're gonna feel that, or you're gonna feel uncomfortable. One of the two, which is either one I'm fine with. That's the deal. You know what I'm saying? Either one I'm totally okay with. Because if you don't feel comfortable in my circle, you probably shouldn't be in it. Right. But if you feel comfortable and you feel a little pressure, be like, man, I know my dude, I know he ain't steered me wrong. I just been listening to him for the last month or two, man. And I already figured out a few little twists he was talking about. And my stuff is not hype. It's not in pretty bowls. It's just what God gives me. You know what I'm saying? And then I give it to you guys. So I'm thinking about circles. I was kicking it this weekend with some friends and family. It's been a minute. And it was beautiful being around that. You know what I'm saying? And then we can have a different conversation, because now they're in different circles. You know, they're in different industries, different parts of California. That's a beautiful thing. So when your circle's growing and expanding, that's the power of networks. You feel what I'm saying? The power of networks. When you think about that, universities, USC, UCLA, all that stuff is just, hey, this is our circle. And we make our circle stronger. Each individual node, or whatever the case in that network, makes the network stronger, right? You guys heard of the synergy concept, right? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, meaning that the fist altogether is greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fingers, or 4 fingers and a thumb. But when you put it together, it's much more powerful. And that's the thing about your circle. So you got to check your circle. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie that stayed BSing. Man, dude, you don't want to keep talking to me, because I'm gonna touch you up. Hey, homie, how we doing on that? How's that coming along? You feel what I'm saying? We making progress? I just joined a writing accountability group, right? And I've never heard of this before. You got to understand this stuff. This is all new to me. I'm not an academic, but I am one. You feel what I'm saying? I'm speaking, and I am an academic, and I'm going to publish stuff, write books, and do all that stuff, because I spoke it into existence many moons ago. And I'm still talking it. I said I was going to have my PhD by 50, so I'll be Dr. Cofield by 50, and I'll be writing books and chilling. You feel what I'm saying? Having businesses popping. I'm speaking it. I ain't flossing. This is just speaking stuff into existence. And I encourage you to watch your language. The book of the day, or watch when this one drops, because I bought a few of them on Audible. And matter of fact, I joined their, I think it was like a Prime program that I was already part of. Didn't know that. Where I get these subscriptions. I can pick any book and whoop. It's a beautiful thing, man. When you start to open yourself up to the resources that are available to you, there's so many, right? But if you're in the wrong circle, the only thing you're going to hear about is drama, right? You're not going to hear about a book suggestion. You're not going to hear about this free event where you like, oh, I didn't even know about that. Or you're not going to hear about certain things in certain cities when you want to visit. And you're like, man, I didn't even think about going to that city. You're in the right circle. They're not going to tell you about the city. They're going to tell you where to get the bomb rice from or whatever it is you eat. You dig what I'm saying? But you got to be in the right circles. So make sure you have many, right? Because some of them you're going to need to bounce from, because some of them are going to be acting funky on you. Everybody might not be in the mood to go hiking, right? But you tap into another circle, they might be like, let's dip. I'm down. Come on, man. Let's dip. Let's go hit a mountain real quick. Go to lunch afterwards, right? Because these are suggestions, right? But if you don't know about them, you're not experiencing these types of things. Right? You ain't putting yourself out there. Like, I'm going to just be uncomfortable. I'm going to just be da-da-da-da-da. What's up, Florida? I see you, homeboy. What's good? You feel what I'm saying? But if you ain't putting yourself in those types of circles that make you uncomfortable, but in a good way, right? In a positive way. Like, damn, I got to step my game up. Damn, I need to get better. Why, man? I need. But they don't make you feel guilty. Come on, homie. I was there too. Don't trip, man. These are the stages. This is part of the game. This is part of the process, right? You love them type of people, them confidants, especially when you're stepping into something that's a little bit terrifying. You want somebody to speak life into that ass. I'm telling you, nothing like it. Like, man, we straight. You good. Don't trip. We all went through that. You feel what I'm saying? But again, goes back to that circle. Somebody wrong circle, you tell some information like, man, you done, D, for real? They start passing around other, man, D, I heard you was through. Like, damn. Ain't nobody gonna speak life into your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. So you gotta, and the same thing holds true for a business idea. Man, tell it to the wrong circle. Oh, homie, you heard this nigga, man. He said, whoa. Man, you hear all, man. Oh, man, such and such thing. He, whoa. What? And then you tell it to another circle. They like, man, have you found funding yet? Hey, man, if you need this, I got a bomb graphic designer to help you build a website. I got whoop. And they just start handing out resources. The homie just tapped in with me about buses today. I'm like trying to slide him all my resources. Here you go. Whoop, here. Here. Because I got them. Somebody gave them to me. I didn't have to buy those. I had to test them. That's part of the game. You charge that to the game. But I didn't have to buy all that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a huge difference in the benefit, right? When you're in the right circle, homies is giving. You in a circle amongst kings, ain't nothing but gold being passed around, homie. Dig that one, right? When you amongst peasants, homie, they pocket pinching pennies. Period. Did I just drop a bunch of peas, homie? You feel me? But you got to understand what I'm saying. So you can't be around them type of peasants that are going to be talking about he and she. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be around them type of kings that's talking about this and that and how we're going to get this and that. Right? And here's the resources. Homie, I went through this and this is how I got such and such. Homie, I did X, Y, Z and this is how I got such and such. Oh, man, you don't need that. All you need is this permit. Here, I got the cat to make it happen. Da. Right? But them kind of cats who got them kind of resources had to step into other circles to get those resources. You got to be able to step out there, homie. For real, you got to. That's the key. And don't let your circle be so small, man, that it chokes your ass. Right? Because that's how it's only man. If you when these cats rapping, talking like that, I'm like, okay, well then, I guess all of those you don't have any lawyers or anything. Like, oh, you don't. Oh, it's just these guys. Nah, you got different circles. You got professional circles that you run in. You got your hood circles that you run in. You know what I'm saying? You got your family circles that you run in. Hopefully you got your professional endeavor circle that you run in. right? You got your hobby circle that you run in. You got to keep your life full, dog. Cause some of the homies ain't gonna want to go play basketball on Sunday, right? They homie. But then you might have a group of cats that don't look like you that want to get down. They dads too or whatever that play on Sunday. I ran into these Arab dudes, right? I don't want to call them Arab like that generically. I think they were from Sri Lanka. But they was like, hey, dude, we come out here every Friday and Monday at this time and we just run. We let the kids play and we just run up and down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's what I need. I don't need to be out here competitive arguing with cats. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm trying to, but that's a different circle. And I'm pretty sure it was in a pretty nice part of town. You start talking to them, next thing you know, you start talking business. It's like a golf course, dog. You never know where it's gonna lead to, right? Your kids' youth team. Talk to the parents. You don't know who these people are. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing it for, but put yourself in a different circle. Show up. They having a parent get together. Nigga, I ain't going to that. I'm good, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's how you limit yourself. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you limit yourself. You got to put yourself in different circles. PTA. Show up to school. Check in. My wife and my mom patrol my kid. They do a yard duty. Period. You got to get involved in different circles because you have no idea where and when God's going to deliver his blessing and who it's going to be from. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing. We have no idea where it's coming from. No idea. So don't limit yourself. You might close the door on yourself. You dig what I'm saying? He said, what'd you say? He said, nowadays people, because they feel you will take, they help and do, but that's okay. That's the thing. That's the fear mindset. Unfortunately, that's that fear mindset. It's a mindset of the lack, right? We talk about that in the law of attraction, right? A lack mindset. I don't have enough. If God is the plug, man, you can't worry about that. You got to be giving freely. Like, man, you got to look back and be like, man, God has been giving me the bag the whole time, homie. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give the Coca-Cola secret away. You want to make your money first. And I ain't saying to that extent. But at the same time, you can help somebody to learn how to develop the process of developing their own recipe. You dig what I'm saying? You can here's how I went about doing Coca-Cola. Maybe you can do Pepsi or whatever competitor or whatever kind of drink you want. And that's the thing. We got to understand, man, I can't give you my recipe because it may not work for you. And my advice to this point is even subjective, right? Because this is me talking from my standpoint, what worked for me. And that's what I'm saying. You can't take everybody for everything they say because it's subjective, right? You got to work on your own experiences. And that's the thing. Intent is everything, homeboy. That's the key. Is what did I intend to do? Did I intend to help him with the hopes that he'll help me? That's a whole nother thing, right? Intent. We talk about intent a lot. We talk about intent and legacy. Those are kind of the two things I kind of rock with on this live. Intent and legacy. Period. What is your intent and what legacy do you want to leave behind? Said. How can you be greater? How can you put your people in a different financial trajectory? You dig? How can we do that? We got to put ourselves in uncomfortable circles. We got to stretch. We might have to reach for a circle too, right? We might have to, I ain't really qualified to be in a circle, but I'm about to, let me, right? You feel what I'm saying? We might have to stretch and get in that circle and try to hold on and see if they'll let us in and be hanging on it because we know that that's going to take us up to another level too. You feel what I'm saying? So find different circles, homies. You got to find circles and stretch yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You got to stretch yourself. That's what we here for, right? We to be stretched. It's when we don't stretch ourselves is when we can snap and break. When we're not limber in life. You feel what I'm saying? We got to be limber in life. Flexibility is the key to everything. But you got to be flexible enough to stretch to a different circle. And you can bring your circle with you. It ain't like you leaving them behind. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're still in that circle. So Your influence is still going to be in that circle. Now, the problem is if your circle doesn't start to adapt to what new information you're bringing and it doesn't start to change into a different circle, yo, then you got a problem. Then you may need to remove yourself because eventually you're going to be drained, right? And eventually they're going to look at you funny. Eventually they're going to start thinking you bougie. Eventually they're going to start thinking you, man, you know it all. And you, whoop, 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 you changing. Yeah, I'm changing. We should all be changing. We're all evolving. Darwinism, right? You don't evolve, you die. Right? Endangered species, evolution, evolving. And this is what we must do as individuals. And the only way we do that is by watching other behavior, right? Studying what other people are doing. You start moving next door to some health cats. Like mine got some cats from Trinidad. Them cats work out. They be out there with the rope. That puts pressure on you, dog. It makes you not want to sit out there and eat chips. You feel what I'm saying? So the people around you, what you see on a day-to-day, tells you kind of, hey, homie, you probably need to be doing this. Or you know what I'm saying? You seeing stuff pop up, new restaurants, new businesses, new ways of people getting money throughout the city. That's inspiring. That's what LA does for me, man. It's addictive because the energy. I'm not saying no other cities like that. I'm not. I'm trying to tap into all y'all cities to be 100. But I know when I see entrepreneurship, I see people selling on the side of freeways, I see pop-up restaurants. That is inspiring to me. That shows me that you can get it out here. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is figure it out. We got into the chicken game. You know, when I started running into different people, when we were buying the wholesale stuff, ran into all restaurant owners, cat that owns York Orleans, cat that owns 3 Stacks in Carson, not his, but his chef. Ran into all these cats. I saw the Billionaire Burger Boys there. All you got to do is go to either Costco Business or the Restaurant Depot, and you're going to see all these cats. Your favorite chef is up in there chilling, buying burgers and biscuits. And what I'm saying is nothing's out of reach. So if you don't know, you can just walk around that damn Restaurant Depot and start to look crazy. That's how we ran into the dude from York Orleans. Shout out to York Orleans. You coming to LA, go to York Orleans at Jerusalem Chicken on Slauson and Overhill. LA, Inglewood, kinda. But check that cat out, man. A lot of love, man. So when we in there, we're about to buy this stuff. He like, hey, man, they got those cheaper at Costco. First thing he does before he says anything. I'm like, man, oh, good looking out. Peep the shirt out. York Orleans. Oh, man, York Orleans. I said, you own a restaurant or something? I'm like, I got 5. He was like, man, it's called York Orleans. I'm like, what? Man, I've been buying hoagies since when I used to work at KJLA's. Man, the shrimp po' boy is money. And I already knew the product, knew the family, all that stuff. Never met. I seen him in there, but I didn't recognize him off the top. But it just go to show you, right? When you're ready and you start to walk towards your direction of your dreams, man, God gonna give you advisors. He's gonna give you advisors. He's gonna give you resources. He's gonna give you everything that you need when you're on the right path. You will get nudged the right way, right? And that includes the right circle, right? And that means when I'm talking about advisors, all that stuff, that's all in the circle. That's all in the circle. So don't worry, right? When you ask for it, it will come. It may not come immediately, but it will be on the way. So I asked for it. I couldn't find when I'm sitting there I'm stuck trying to write my paper. Man, I need people to help me, motivate me. I'm like Googling it. Oh, writing groups. First thing I do is Google it. Writing groups. What's writing groups? Oh, okay. Bam. Get into writing groups. Couldn't find any. Couldn't find any. Like, damn. Talk to one of my advisors. First thing they say, man, you need to find a writing group. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, man, I can't find it. Next thing I know, 2 come. Boop, boop. Just like that. 2 come out of nowhere. I'm like, now I have 2. You feel what I'm saying? So don't even trip. Don't even trip. What you ask for, I need somebody to help me learn. But God, this is the key too, and the caveat as well. God needs you to take some steps too, man. If we're gonna dance, right? Dance with the universe, right? We're gonna 2-step. The universe is not gonna walk all the way and pull our monkey asses off the wall and start jamming. We got to meet the universe halfway. and that requires sweat equity. That can require investment, right? We invest in some damn D's or whatever the hell we invest in on the rims, but we won't invest in no books. We won't invest in none of that stuff. And it sounds generic. You hear everybody, you need to invest in books. You need to invest in the community. Start reading first and figure out what you want to do. If you want to buy duplexes and flip those, there's a book for that. If you want to buy cars and flip those, there's a book for that. If you want to start importing stuff from China and Korea and start flipping it in the United States, there's an export and export book for that. You can get whatever you want. That's the beauty in it, right? God just wants you to start taking steps towards that. Once you start to move in that direction, the resources will start falling out the sky like rain. I promise you that. Anybody know I can only tell you what I'm experiencing, right? And the way you tap in, everything is belief, though. This is the key. You have to believe. You can't have that doubt start to set in. And a lot of times that's that circle, right? Because everybody ain't supposed to be rocking with you. Just understand that. Everybody ain't coming with you because some people are fucking heavy. Some people require some heavy lifting. You're like, damn, dog, I got to lift you. You just hella heavy, don't me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, you can't come with me a little bit? Just a little bit, homie. Just give me shit. Pull something. And that's the frustrating part. Like, man, I got you, dog, but do something. Man, how you that's just like when cats come on Facebook and ask some random ass, if you ain't asked Google yet, dog, quit playing. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to know a referral, you've already done the research, you're looking for something specific, then come on with that. But all this playing around when you could do some of the research, universe thinks it the same way. Oh man, you playing. You could have went and did that leg work, dog. You want me to go deliver the leg work too? That's how the universe gonna come at you, homie. You want me to do that too? Really, homie? You couldn't at least do this? You feel what I'm saying? You couldn't at least meet me at this stage in the game? Universe ain't crazy. It knows lazy. It understands hustle. It understands ambition and intent. And that's what it's probably paying attention to the most is that intent. So what did you intend to do? Right? What was your intention? Whatever happens, the universe knows it, and that's how it's going to deliver accordingly. So make sure that your intent is right and your intent is pure and that you're trying to help somebody. You dig what I'm saying? And you'll see it happen. The circles will pull you, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of times everybody talks about jobs and opportunities and all this stuff. It's about who you know. And that sounds generic, but that's everything. So get into a circle. Start small. Don't try to jump into the Jay-Z circle. You may have to jump into a few different circles before you get there, but you'll get there. Right? 6 degrees of separation. Everybody's connected. So it's just a matter of time. You feel what I'm saying? No lady who started out was trying to get on the news. Now she's on the news now. I remember when she was just trying to get started and she made her direction, went to the South, went to the Northwest. Now she's in the South, and I imagine she's going to be on LA pretty soon. That's a dip. Now, okay. I don't be trying to like, oh, we tight like that. But at the same time, she's in my network. I can send her a message and get a response. Another lady who I work with at KJLH is on the news in LA. If I needed to get a message to her, I can send her a message. I don't abuse that type of relationship, but these are about the circles that I put myself in because I needed to. I know I needed to meet these type of people, and the only way I can do it was doing it this way. So a lot of times you may have to go do it. You may have to humble yourself to get into a certain circle, right? And I ain't say be little, humble. Meaning you can't come in thinking that you just, oh man, I'm going to just come in and just speak like that. You got to figure out how the circle works, right? Because a lot of times there's different entries. People can bring you in. You can, like I said, reach and stretch and hang on, right? There's different ways of doing it. So don't be rigid in your approach to get into a circle, right? Be okay with figuring out how to do it, right? There's different approaches. Figure out somebody who's already in. Tap into your family. Anybody know? That's when you tap into social media. Anybody know about this? See who's in that gang, right? LinkedIn too. But you got to figure out who already do I know that can potentially walk me into this warm, right? You want to learn how to dive, right? And I know a cat knows how to dive on it. Used to be my neighbor. I know another one of my partners I used to work in radio that's a diver. These cats be diving right off of Palos Verdes and San Pedro getting lobster. So it depends on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people, right? You may not want to tell everybody, like the haters, you may not want to slide all your goals on them unless you want to bulletproof it. Because they're gonna poke holes in it. So you can bulletproof it running about some haters. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna act on it anyway. They're just gonna hate on it and try to tell you how it ain't gonna work, which is fine. Because if you can bounce back from that, then you're good. Or not. You don't even want them speaking or praying negative on that. You dig what I'm saying? So you may want to keep that to yourself. But you may want to share it with somebody who has a lot of resources, who's known for sliding resources, because they're going to take it and say, how can I help this cat? A lot of professors, a lot of people like that, they like, man, how can I help you? Oh, you want to do X, Y, Z? And they know they've been in that position before, so they're going to try their best to do whatever it takes to help you, right? So don't be afraid to reach out to people. Talk to them. Figure out approach, right? Google soft skills. That's a really important skill when you're trying to step into different circles, right? You got to understand how to approach them. You dig what I'm saying? You got to figure out how to approach. Should I write? How do I write an email? I don't write in all caps. Hi there. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. That's yelling. So it's a lot of these different things and different approaches that you may need to really study on to figure out how to get into these different circles, right? There's tons of books on it. Utilize your library and don't let it close on you. Do not let the taxpayers let this close ever. Libraries are the best resources. And if you can't get to it, the library a lot of times has digital stuff too. So digital audio books, so forth and so on. Speaking of which, let me show you guys the book recommendation for the week. If there's anything that I can answer in immediate time before I show you this. It's in my Audible. Oh man, I got some heat in my Audible. Yes, indeed. Oh no, I wanted to go to the library. Let's see if I can get to the library. Yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Let's see. All right. So I wanted to show you guys a little. So there's a few books that I'm actually looking at right now. This is my library. So wait a minute. Hold on. Where's my library at? All right. So this is my book suggestion for the week. The Magic of Manifesting. It is an amazing book. It's really short. But it's 15 advanced techniques to attract your best life. Let me see. Yeah, you guys can see it. So it's that top book. Really, really dope book. Highly recommend it. If you guys are really just talking about speaking things into existence, the basics on how to get going, right? The basics on how to get that motor going. It's really good. And you see the success to a positive mental attitude. I'm re-listening to that one as well. So these are the things I listen to when I go to the gym, when I do running. I want to listen to Future. I want to listen to 40, all them cats. But this, gives me a different, let's see, gives me a different perspective, right? And it helps to sit on my subconscious so that I'm in a better spirit. I'm more motivated. I'm more inclined to think positively, right? As opposed to thinking about Gucci flip-flops and gunning somebody down. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to watch what kind of seeds you plant. You feel what I'm saying? So let me show you some more stuff in the library just in case you guys are interested. It's the Audible library. Seeds of Greatness too. This is amazing too. This is Dennis Wheatley. This is all that stuff that just really gets you there, man. Really, really gets you there. You know what I'm saying? Don't just take these like, oh man, it's whatever, D. Nah, man, these are really good. And if all my truck driving homies, because I got a lot of truck driving homies, shout out to my partners who ain't on here, but I know y'all on that road. These are heat rocks right here. These are the things that are going to really, really motivate you. And then you can go into the specifics about whatever field you're in. But these are the things that are going to really, really get you there. Constantly listening to these types of things, figuring out downtime, not doing a lot of drama. Even though I know females like that drama stuff, try to fall back and maybe get some little ear pods and throw on one of these. You're at the airport, listen. This stuff really, really has changed me. Helped me, giving me a lot of information for my subconscious. So I'll scroll down some more just so you guys can see it. Both my Audible library, Dream Givers in there, Peaks and Valleys. Drive Through Dreams. So when I'm talking about doing our chicken, you can see I'm on Drive Through Dreams, right? It's about Mexican and blacks, Tiny Habits, Super Fans. The Big Leap is pretty good. Persuasion's excellent. The Wisdom, shout out to Kobe. The Beam, Brian, that's for my son. Flourish, Learned Optimism. I got like 3 pages of these things, man. I can go on and on. But make sure your library is strong, because these are the resources that you're going to need when the enemy attacks. And he will attack. That will conclude our weekly tap in for the week. I totally appreciate you guys listening. We'll be back. I will let you guys know if that time changes. It'll be like this. We'll probably be at 5 Pacific Standard Time until I think like mid-August, and then we'll go back to the 6 o'clock. But other than that, man, you guys have a blessed week. Make sure you guys check out those resources, those books. Check them out. See if they get at the local library. Put them on an audio book. Download it to your phone. Listen while you sitting there, while you chilling, while you waiting on your girl. She getting the nails done. Whatever the case may be, go ahead, slap that in there, man. Watch what it does to your subconscious mind. Your boy's tapping out. Have a great week. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe. Leave a review on the podcast. Leave us a review or comment, and we will see you guys next week.